Have you ever woken up on a Monday morning, convinced you'll finally change your life? Maybe you promised yourself you'd study harder, exercise every day, or build that dream project. For a few hours, you feel unstoppable. That surge of motivation makes you believe nothing can stand in your way. But then, Tuesday arrives. Your energy fades, excuses creep in, and by Friday, you're right back where you started. I want to share a story that reveals why discipline is the secret weapon of winners, and why those who rely only on motivation almost always fail. Many years ago, in a small city surrounded by hills, there lived a young athlete named James. He dreamed of becoming a champion runner. Every time a race was held, he would run with all his heart, only to lose within the first half of the track. Yet, every time he lost, his motivation overflowed. Next time, he would say, "I'll win for sure." And for a few days after each race, he trained harder than anyone else. He ran at sunrise, skipped meals, and told himself, "This is it. This time I'll become the best." But by the second or third week, his energy faded. The excitement of chasing a new goal melted away under the weight of routine. And slowly, James returned to skipping practice. His dream of being a winner seemed to keep slipping further away. In the same city lived another runner, Dave. He didn't talk much. He wasn't flashy. In fact, many thought he was average. He never shouted about big dreams. But Dave held one quiet secret. His weapon was not motivation. It was discipline. Every morning, whether the sky was clear or pouring with rain, Dave tied his shoelaces at exactly the same hour. Even if he was tired, even if no one was watching, even if his legs begged for rest, he ran. Some days his runs were exhilarating. Other days they felt heavy, boring, even painful. But Dave never allowed the presence or the absence of motivation to determine his actions. One year, the local championship was announced. The city's grand race, with hundreds of spectators, prizes, and recognition. James felt his heart ignite again. "This is my chance," he told himself. Fueled by motivation, he trained harder for 3 weeks than he had in his entire life. People were impressed. For the first time, they whispered, "James might actually have it in him this year." Meanwhile, Dave didn't change much. His training looked the same. Steady, unromantic, repetitive. While James sprinted and collapsed dramatically at the end of each practice, Dave simply jogged, stretched, and returned the next day to do it all over again. The big race arrived. The track was buzzing with noise, energy, and anticipation. The status pistol fired, and both James and Dave surged forward. For the first few minutes, James's motivation fueled him like a rocket. He raced ahead, legs flying, heart pounding. The crowd cheered. But halfway through, something familiar happened. His lungs burned, his legs trembled, and his thoughts shifted to quitting. Maybe I pushed too hard. Maybe today isn't my day. Maybe I'll try again next year. The spark of motivation couldn't carry him any further. Dave, on the other hand, ran steadily. His pace wasn't spectacular, but it was sustainable. Step after step, he ran the way he'd practiced every single morning for years. While James gasped and slowed, Dave overtook him quietly. At first, the crowd didn't notice. But by the final stretch, the truth was obvious. Dave crossed the finish line first, his calm endurance defeating James's fiery bursts. The city celebrated Dave as champion. Reporters asked for his secret. His answer was simple. Motivation helps you start. Discipline is what makes you finish. Think about it. A student who studies only when they feel motivated will fail every exam. But a student who studies a little every day, whether excited or tired, will succeed with ease. A singer who waits for inspiration never writes a song, but the songwriter who sits with a notebook daily, even when ideas feel dry, eventually creates masterpieces. Motivation is a mood. Discipline is a decision, and the decision beats the mood every single time. Winners don't feel motivated every day. They simply act anyway. That is the secret weapon of champions, and it's a weapon you can wield too, starting right now. This was Tales of Light. If you feel this story touched you, share it forward so others can discover the true power behind success. And do not forget to stay connected with us for more inspiring stories that shine a little light on your journey. Until next time, Stay disciplined, stay hopeful, and keep moving forward.